We're breaking down the deeper meaning behind Jon Snow's reveal and how it changes everything in Game of Thrones. So let's go ahead and get that spoiler warning out of the way. 1, 2, 3, and go. Get rid of all of those Jon Snow bastard jokes, because in what might have been one of the most comedically timed info dumps in the series, we finally found out his status as a true-born Targaryen, and it was all revealed in the middle of an extended poop joke. You might just say it was a huge nugget of info that floated to the surface until Samwell flushed it away with his ranting about his crappy bosses. And that entire paragraph was mwah! But while he may have ignored this info, we did not. While counting steps and shits, Gilly uncovered that Prince Rhaegar Targaryen had his marriage to Elia Martell annulled so that he could marry Lyanna Stark, changing our preconceived notions about the history of Robert's rebellion and Jon Snow's past. Now, Jon's true parentage was pretty much confirmed back in season 6, when one of Bran's psychic strolls to the past took him to Ned and Lyanna Stark's tragic reunion at the Tower of Joy. Up until now, everyone thought Jon Snow was just still a bastard with different parents. So what does this detail of Rhaegar's annulment and his secret Dorne marriage to Lyanna mean, and how does it change things for the rest of the series? First, if Rhaegar and Lyanna were married in a secret ceremony, then Robert Baratheon's rebellion was stoked under false pretenses. One of the major sticking points of the rebellion was Rhaegar Targaryen kidnapping Lyanna Stark, who was betrothed to Robert Baratheon. But we all know that history is written by the victors, so there was definitely more going on there. In fact, now we know for sure that Rhaegar and Lyanna ran away to be secretly married by the High Septon, which is basically like going to the Pope to tie the knot. Lyanna didn't need Robert to save her. Bro, take a hint! She chose the Targaryen over you. And unfortunately, in hand-to-hand combat, Robbie B took out Rhaegar with his giant warhammer. This sucks for, well, everyone in Westeros, because Prince Rhaegar was well-liked and people believed he would be a more level-headed leader than his mad father, King Aerys. So even if Robert hadn't gotten his feelings hurt over Lyanna's rejection and started his rebellion, it's possible that Jaime Lannister still might have killed the Mad King eventually. Then the kinder Prince Rhaegar would have taken the throne, ushering in some peace and quiet for once. But that would make the history section of the Citadel archives much less interesting, and Samwell and Gilly would be reading less about war and even more about bowel movements. Steps. Now, the other clearly game-changing revelation that Rhaegar and Lyanna's secret marriage brings to light is that Jon Snow is a legitimate Targaryen and is the rightful heir to the Westeros throne. No one besides Bran knows about Jon's actual heritage yet, but they may be getting some very subtle hints, like Jon's super sweet moment with Drogon, a moment that could foreshadow his actual dragon riding abilities. But Jon's claim to the throne has some major implications for the future. How might things play out once Jon Snow's truth is revealed and he's known as a true Targaryen? Well, the biggest question right now is how Dany will take the news. She's gained some momentum in the war and seems to have found confident footing in her bend or burn policy, to the chagrin of her right-hand man, Tyrion. If part of what motivates Dany to take back the throne is the notion that she's the last remaining Targaryen, she might be glad to hear that she's not the last of her kind. She may even support Jon's claims, since she's all about honoring rightful heirs, but it's also possible, maybe even likely, that she will see Jon as a threat to her claim on the throne. Jon, on the other hand, might be perfectly happy letting Aunt Dany rule the South as long as he can remain king in the North. But Dany hasn't been willing to split up the kingdom, so we're not sure she'll be more keen to that idea, even if she's splitting it with a long-lost Targaryen. But what do you folks think? Will we see Jon Snow ride a dragon? How will Dany react to her new relative? And do you think they're still gonna hook up now? I mean, they are Targaryens. Answer, I really hope not. Let's discuss. And if you haven't gotten enough Game of Thrones, be sure to check out our live after show, All Kings Considered. We break down the latest episode, dissect the theories, and predict what's next for the Seven Kingdoms. You can catch it every Monday at 1 p.m. PST on YouTube or ProjectAlpha.com.